I'm Josh.
Thanks. And we are odd
Odd places.
going.
Yes. Viral, what he said.
There we go. Transformation.
Yes.
Since
From a
the
caterpillar to a butterfly.
since the pandemic, how much transformation have you seen in yourself or in others?
I've become I have seen transformation in myself in a good way, I hope. I've become more vocal and more less restrained in my art, let's say.
Is this liberating, like freedom, like more
Extremely.
freedom?
Yeah. Yeah, and then I've never been in a position where I've never intentionally lied or said something I didn't believe was true, but there are a lot of things that I believe are true that I've just never said. And I found myself a little more liberated, and that's, I guess you consider that a transformation. And I'm not going back, which is why I'm calling it a transformation, because I think a transformation is a one-way process.
Right. So it's going forward. I mean, I mean, we might fall back on our old habits, possibly.
Yeah.
However, you're saying that this is going to be you, and you're going forward with this type of transformation. Okay.
I'm not going back in the cocoon. Correct.
Right. Let's talk about the freedom you have, the liberation. You as an artist, you find yourself opening up more, giving more, saying
Yeah.
more, expressing more. What?
Expressing more, but also expressing things closer to what I believe to be true, my authenticity. Less shy about any possible blowback or the effect on my business, or because those are important things to consider, right? I mean, you can have an opinion, but if that opinion is going to drive away clients who you can help,
Yeah.
there's a balance there for sure.
Right.
I'm
So
becoming less sensitive to that.
I see. So
Like
it's
for you, for example, okay.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, for you as an example, you do a lot of shows for kids, and you do a lot of performances, and the stuff you do is amazing. In your position, I don't know if I'd be able to be as, let's say, direct into some of the more divisive topics. I would worry about that affecting my ability just to do what I do.
Right. I see what you mean. Yeah, and as you know, I'm a political figure. I guess I've been elected. Not elected. I was appointed into a
Water conservation and
water conservation, lake soil water conservation district. Yeah. Now, let's look at that just from as a public figure, as a political figure. Let's say, I am a servant of the people. I am elected. If you were elected, would that make you less reticent to state your case or to be as open and honest, or would that make you less?
I don't think I'm. See, I think that answer has changed. Now, you asked me that a few years ago, I probably would have been, well, you got to be very political, not political, but you got to be very careful and tempered and all this sort of stuff. No. But here's the thing too, and I try and make this distinction. Everyone has an opinion, and that's okay. But not everyone's opinion is based or comes from a place of love or caring for others. Sometimes there's some hate in there, and there's some of that stuff. And I think it's important to delineate between the two. So
I see your point. So back to this transformation. You are now butterflying out there, and I mean you were going out there much farther than you've ever gone before.
yes.
All right. And I really like that you differentiate between opinion. Everybody has a right to have an opinion. And we've delved into this a little bit about, if you were going to say something and this is your opinion, then I feel you have to take responsibility for that opinion. I believe this, okay? And if I say something a day later that's totally opposite to that, I've got to be responsible for the first thing that I've said. So I think responsibility is important. However, back to transformation. So you find yourself being more authentic. Yeah, I think you used that word. And
Yeah.
bigger than yourself. Not bigger than yourself. Just a more opinionated person. Would it be?
Less restrained.
Less
Less restrained.
less
I think
restrained.
that's it, because I think that's an important part of transformation. So if you, again, it's a way overused analogy, but the caterpillar in the cocoon, when it becomes a butterfly, it's less restrained. That's part of the deal. It doesn't go. It goes into restraint for a while, and then it comes out less restrained.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. I want to look at like people around you. Have you found it in your wife? Have you seen this butterfly effect? Butterfly effect. There is a butterfly effect somehow, somewhere out there. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's this. Do you see it in? Okay. Do you see it in me?
yeah, I do a little bit, and that is actually the butterfly effect, right? Because the butterfly effect is a butterfly flaps its wings, and that little bit of wind it creates actually does change things around the world. It changes the air, which then changes everything else the air it comes in contact with. So in a way, what you do is a butterfly effect on me, and what I do naturally is a butterfly effect on you.
Okay. Okay. So I have found myself in this transformation. I found myself being more solitary and
Okay.
and comfortable with it, um, at peace with it. I have found myself less, well, maybe it's the same as being solitary, less wanting to be out there. I mean, we do this once a day, or we do this every other day, and we throw it up every day, just about 5 days a week. And I find that this is enough for me. This is like, okay, I'm good. I don't have to be in the public's eye and be
Yeah.
seen and be heard and be. I think there's a subtle sub. I like to look at it more subtly. If I'm going to say something, I'd like to say it with a few amount of words and say it and
Yes.
then move on.
The economy of words. I love it.
Yeah, that
So
will.
let me ask you a question. Let me give you a test, because I'm curious if this is transformation or if this is just something you're just willing to put up with or deal with. Um, when all the restrictions are lifted, when we're back to everyone can get back together, we can hug, kiss, all the above. Are you going to become less solitary? Are you going to go back to the way you were? Or is it going to be something in between? Or are you going to, is this really a transformation that's permanent? Is this the new you?
All right. Let me tell you a little story. Back, I was 20, 21, maybe 22 years old. I got beat up by these three guys. They beat me up. And I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And it was a very quick beat up. So it was like punched maybe 3 times, kicked maybe once or twice, and then that's it. Because there were other people there that kind of saved me. After that experience, I found myself like I didn't want to be in large groups. My back was to the wall. I was just like, when am I going to get jumped again? Because basically I was jumped. That subsided. I mean, now I can go into a restaurant and I can have my back to people walking behind me. So I mean, that doesn't worry me. So that's the only experience that I've had which I can relate to, that, I went back to the same way that I've always been. Now, will I do that now? I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I wanted to go back to that. I mean, I used to be a very touchy person. I love to touch. I love to like hug people and experience that. And I've had to, via transformation, via evolution, however, I've had to reevaluate that and think, okay, excuse me, really, do I want to hug everybody that I meet goodbye? The other day, I did a job and I wasn't going to see, he's a friend of mine, and I wasn't going to see this guy in a while, and he reached out and he took my hand. Ah! He shook my hand. It was just
To have it.
yeah, and I was just, because it was like the last time we are going to see each other, and I was just like, I'm not I mean, I will have something in my right hand all the time. Maybe I'll just hold my phone or something in my right hand.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
Like a
so
water bottle. You should have like a water bottle at all times in your right hand. Stay hydrated, no germs.
yeah. Well, Bob Dole, he had a bad hand, and he would always have a pin in that hand, so he never shook anybody. Maybe it was his right hand. I don't remember which. So you're asking, will I go back to that? I don't know if I will. There are some parameters, some boundaries I'd like to create, and that doesn't mean I'm cold to people. I just took someone around my property minutes ago, and I didn't shake his hand, and I was cordial and nice, and I took him around, and it was a great moment. Anyway.
Yeah. So this might be a transformation, is what it sounds like.
It might be, yeah, yeah. I mean, I used to hug everybody. I mean, I would hug a couch if it looked good.
Would you compliment a couch too? That's it. Such a nice.
I would. I would never get any response back from the couch.
No.
I'm Banks.
It would probably comfort you at least.
Yeah, yeah. I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd Places going
Viral, baby.
There we go.